January. The time right now is 10:36 AM. Today is day 3 of the Champion 100 build, and the full week is do your college stuff. The full week is do your college stuff, assignments and stuff, and study. And on the weekends, use that engineering knowledge to build bikes. So yeah, let's get the bike out and start working. Okay, so now the scene is, sure. Okay, so this is the rear fender, all metal, and we are trying to make it scrambler looky, so we'll have to cut a little bit piece out of this, so like a small circular piece over here. That's the plan. Okay, so we have like a basic idea of what we want to do with the rear fender. So like the rear fender will be much higher compared to what it was originally, so we'll have to cut a small piece over here. And what the plan is, this seat, so this was the stock seat which came with the Champion 100. Now I could have went and made a new fiberglass seat, but that doesn't make sense because this seat just fits properly now. This seat fits properly, but you need to do a few cutting here and there to make the fitment right. So that's what we are going to do now. We are going to cut it, make it shorter, and try to eliminate these halves over here so that we have a nice scramblerish seat without these bulgy edges. So what I did was I removed all of these rubber parts. I mean, like, these rubber parts protect the seat from damaging the chassis. But since we want the seat to be extremely low and properly on the chassis, exactly on the chassis, so removing those small rubber things was the best idea. And now what I've done is I've put a small screw inside. So I have put a small screw so that, like, so this is the center line. So this is the center line of the bike, and now we will go ahead and mark how much seat we want, and then we will cut it. First we need protection. Actually you need just glasses, but like we don't have glasses, so we'll be using that.
Precaution is better.
So after 3.5 hours of cutting, grinding, adjusting, readjusting, planning, replanning, and doing all the modifications to just make the seat in perfect line with the tank, after 3.5 hours, the seat is completed. The tank base is properly designed according to the chassis, so it looks very neat. And on this base the seat will come, so it will be like this, and with stitching, diamond stitching. And we are trying to figure out where should we place the headlight. So now we have decided the headlight should be flushed inside to the end so that it looks neat, and after flushing it we'll trim this part. So that's the plan. But we are very tired. Come on, man. You can't, it's very tiring. See how sunny it is outside in Goa. Look at this. My God. It's very sunny. It drains all your energy. So a quick break. The time right now is 4:30. It's the second half of day 3. We have had a lunch, very heavy lunch, because Sunday we have full power lunch. and Shubh and me are completely sleepy now. But what we did in the first phase of today was did the seat. So like this seat, it was a big piece. Now it's properly, everything is now properly like trimmed to size of a proper scrambler. And look at it, man, it looks like a scrambler. It has that straight line. Yeah. Now the plan is what, to chop the fenders according to the way we want it, and hopefully drop the engine today. It's a lot of work, dude. Dropping the engine, chopping the fenders. I better stop talking and get to work. A small fender, like a Brat style fender, will look very cool. So yeah, let's get into it.
So before doing any cutting on the bike, you have to take a lot of measurements. You have to recheck, recalculate whatever you're doing, because once you cut a material, it is very difficult to add it back, but you can just spend more time in calculating it so that you don't make any errors. So the way we took the measurements is also very interesting. What we did was we drew a line perpendicular to the front forks and the front axle, and where the line matches, we made a semicircle over there, and using that semicircle, we just aligned the semicircle's line to the fender design so that everything looks neat and one piece. It's like everything comes together. So the same logic was applied for the rear fender too.
Okay, so now we have measured the rear fender, how much we wanted. So our plan is to cut this much and give a curved shape. So everything is like tightened in place so that nothing moves and nothing rattles when we are using the grinder. And we have taken measurements for the front fender also. So there will be this curve, and this curve will properly match to this curve over here. So like this curve will match properly to this curve, which will give it a very nice shape. The rear is also done. So yeah, now let's take our grinder and get to cutting. So now the basic panels have been chopped, and like the major part of it is now cut out. So like you can see the major part we have cut out. So there also the major part we have cut out. Now the plan is, using a grinder, we will remove the excess and give it a proper shape now. So let's do that.
So after grinding on a particular surface, we were taking 2 steps back and just looking at it for like 5 to 10 minutes, seeing if it matches the feel that we are trying to achieve. And looking at these surfaces, you can kind of predict what the end product will be. So it is always nice to take 2 steps back, take 5 to 10 minutes to just look at it and see that is the product actually matching the goal that you set out for this bike. That's what we did for a long period of time to figure out if the fenders are looking appropriate to the design language that we are trying to achieve.
Okay, so the time right now is 6:30. It took 2.5 hours to properly trim the front and rear fender to proper dimensions, and yeah, I'll just show you. So this is the rear fender which we trimmed. It was still here first, so now we have trimmed it over here with a nice curve, and we have trimmed the front fender also. So this is like a nice curve over here. This line matches this curve, it matches over here, and from the back it looks very dope. So the overall fender game of the bike has improved. So the rear fender and the front fender, pretty good. Whoa, you're working with a bike inside a house with warm light so that we get good shots. Okay, so the time right now it's 7 o'clock. The time right now is 7 o'clock, and we just did the fenders. This is day 3, by the way. So now the plan is we will come and we will remove the engine. So the goal is to remove this engine out right now. So let's get it.
So to drop any engine, the basic steps are: first you remove the chain which is connecting to the rear axle, then you remove the carburetors, wiring harness, maybe oil coolers, everything. So all the accessories of the engine need to be removed. You have to remove the silencer, you have to remove the side stand, main stand, everything. And after that there are like 3 or 4 main engine bolts which are connecting the engine to the frame. Once you loosen them out, the engine will slot right out from the chassis. It's not much of a difficult task.
The engine slides into the chassis. Oh my god. Okay, so the engine is out. The heart of the bike is out. My heart has stopped beating now. उसका हाथ निकाला, मेरा हाथ पर पड़ गया. Oh shit. Okay, so the engine is removed. We did today front and rear fender. We removed all the major components, modified some stuff here and there, checked the position of the tail light, the headlight, and major part is done. So let's call day 3 a wrap. The time right now is 8 PM, and yeah, that's the end of day 3. See you guys next Sunday. Oh.